I'm a descendant of generations of Iowans, and I know what it means to be from Iowa. I know what we value here, and I know what's important. Those are the values that help to make Iowa, as my mother used to tell me, the breadbasket of the world. And those values are the best of all of us put together, which we must recapture to secure that promise of the future. Now, Waterloo was very different 5 decades ago when I was here. That elementary school building was much younger then, and I have to admit, so was I 5 decades ago. 5 decades ago when I went to those elementary schools, the halls were literally teeming with young people running up and down the halls, parents who had dreams for their children and for their future, a future with promise, and parents who wanted it filled with even more opportunities than they and my own parents had known. 5 decades ago, in America, we had less debt than we have today. We had $300 billion or less in debt. A gallon of gasoline was 31 cents, and owning a home was part of the American dream. Today, that debt stands at over $14 trillion. A gallon of gas is outrageously expensive, and unfortunately, millions of too many Americans know what it is to have a home that's in foreclosure, and so those dreams are distant for many Americans. Times have changed here in Waterloo, but the people haven't. The people still have the same spirit in Waterloo that Iowans have always come to exemplify. We work hard. We don't spend more money than what we take in, and we expect to pass on a better life to our children. But the problem is, our government keeps getting bigger, and it makes it tougher for all of us to pass on our values and our lives to our children. And it's caused jobs to go overseas, and they are spending more of our money than we want them to, and that means that we get to keep less. So don't mistake my happy memories of growing up here in Waterloo, Iowa as pining for the past. I recognize it's impossible to turn the clock back and to go back to a different day. Instead, I want this moment to serve as a reminder of the best of who we are as a nation and of what our values are and what it is to make America great, to recapture its best for the promise of the future. I want my candidacy for the presidency of the United States to stand for a moment when we, the people, stand once again for the independence from a government that has gotten too big and spends too much and has taken away too much of our liberties.
And so Michelle Bachmann announcing her candidacy for President of the United States. She's a Minnesota Congresswoman, but born in Waterloo, Iowa.